You make thousands of tiny choices every day. Most fizzle out. A few rewrite your future. We spend hours on tasks that look productive, but barely move a real needle. Meetings expand. Checklists multiply. Reality hardly budges. The world does not reward busyness. It rewards change you can point to. Today, we'll turn effort into evidence, motion into measurable outcomes, and intention into a practical system you can use right now. You'll leave with clear steps, vivid examples, and a scoreboard that tells the truth. You're listening to Audiobook Lounge. We publish a fresh book summary every single day. If you want clear, usable ideas you can put to work immediately, subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss tomorrow's episode. Why results matter most is not a rant against hard work. It's a recipe for smarter work. It separates outputs you produce from outcomes you cause. It exposes the difference between theater and traction, between plans and proof. The core move is simple. Start at the result, pick the few behaviors that reliably drive it, make progress visible, and adjust fast. Master this loop and the curve of your life bends upward. Outputs versus outcomes. Outputs are reports, slides, lines of code, hours logged, meetings held, workouts completed. Outcomes are the real-world changes those outputs create. A student studies 3 extra hours every night. That's an output. Their grade rising from 70 to 85 is an outcome. A delivery company writes a 10-page policy. Output. Average delivery time dropping from 60 minutes to 40 is an outcome. A startup ships 3 features. Output. New user activation climbing from 42% to 57% is an outcome. From now on, before any task, ask one question. What will be measurably true if we succeed? Write that truth in a single sentence and plan backward from it. Lag measures and lead measures. There are 2 kinds of metrics. Lag measures show up after the fact. Revenue at the end of the quarter, weight lost on the scale, exam scores after the test. You can't push them directly. Lead measures are behaviors that predict the lag and sit under your control today. Qualified sales conversations, minutes of focused practice, protein at each meal, first response time under 5 minutes. Choose 1 lag and 2 or 3 leads. Keep them public. Review them weekly. When leads move, lags follow. Choosing great lead measures. How do you choose strong lead measures without guesswork? Write the lag you want in the next 30 days. For example, raise visitor-to-purchase conversion from 3.1% to 4.0%. Brainstorm behaviors that might drive it. Score each behavior on 2 scales, control and expected impact, both from 1 to 5. Pick the top 3. Maybe that means answering live chat within 5 minutes, testing a headline that promises a concrete outcome, and sending a personal follow-up within 24 hours. Those become your daily non-negotiables. Bringing it into real life. Fitness. The lag is body fat reduced or blood pressure improved. Leads are a 30-minute walk daily, a serving of protein with each meal, and closing the kitchen after 9 p.m. Language learning. The lag is passing a level exam. Leads are 30 minutes of active listening, 5 out-loud prompts per day, and 1 weekly tutor session. Personal finance. The lag is a 3-month emergency fund in 9 months. Leads are automatic transfers on payday, a 15-minute weekly money date, and renegotiating 1 bill per month. Parenting and study. The lag is fewer homework battles and better grades. Leads are a fixed start time, a 5-minute planning ritual, and a 10-minute daily check-in that ends with a win. The 4 pillars of a results culture. Pillar 1. Clarity. Write 1 crisp win with a deadline. Increase monthly active users from 12,000 to 20,000 by December 31st. Recruit 10 paying beta customers by May 1st. Reduce average handle time from 8 minutes to 5 minutes by the end of the quarter. No buzzwords. No fluff. Pillar 2. Leverage. Not all tasks are equal. A short call with a real decision maker beats 10 cold emails. One deep tutorial that solves a specific pain beats 5 surface-level posts. Protect the moves that move the metric. Pillar 3. Cadence. Rhythm beats intensity. Do a quick Monday plan, a 10-minute daily stand-up, and a Friday learn and adjust. Consistency compounds. Pillar 4. Accountability. Replace drama with a scoreboard. Everyone sees the numbers. Everyone owns a slice. Reward learning that improves the metric, not excuses or activity theater. The one metric that matters. Your one metric becomes the lens for yes and no. A team that posted on 3 platforms, built 3 features, and chased 2 customer segments saw nothing move. They picked one seasonal win, raise new user activation from 42 to 55%. They stopped content that didn't help new users. Support focused on fast first response. The first 5 minutes in product pointed to one clear action. 6 weeks later, activation hit 57%. One lens simplified 100 decisions. The friction audit. List every recurring activity in your week. Ask a single question. Does this move our one metric? If not, choose one of 4 actions. Delete, delegate, batch, or automate. A marketing manager spent 2 hours a day on manual reporting. They built a simple dashboard and won back 10 hours a week for higher leverage experiments like refining checkout. A writer batched email into 2 windows per day and defended a 90-minute deep work block. Output dropped. Outcome rose. The work finally mattered. Fast experiments, real learning. Each test needs a clear hypothesis, one metric to judge it, and a review date on the calendar. An online store tested 2 headlines. The direct promise version increased add to cart by 10%, but purchases didn't rise. Lesson: attraction wasn't the bottleneck, checkout was. The next experiment simplified payment and reduced form fields. Purchases rose. Observe, hypothesize, test, measure, learn, iterate. That rhythm turns curiosity into traction. Incentives without illusions. Incentives can fool you when they reward appearances. A support team paid per ticket closed watched quality crash. When the bonus switched to customer satisfaction 3 days after close, behavior improved, first contact resolution rose, and churn fell. Tie rewards to behaviors that move your lead measures and to learning that sticks. The decision playbook. Start with a pre-mortem. Imagine it's 3 months later and you failed. Why? Maybe you chased channels that never reached your audience. Maybe sign-up was clunky. Maybe tough calls were delayed. Write those failure modes and pre-build counter-moves. Then write if-then rules. If traffic drops below the 7-day baseline for 3 straight days, launch the retargeting campaign on Monday. If conversion falls below 2.5% for 2 weeks, pause side experiments and focus everyone on checkout. If average response time exceeds 5 minutes for 3 days, pull one person from content to help support. Pre-decided thresholds mean speed under pressure and less drama. Systems beat goals. Goals set direction. Systems deliver repetition. Build a simple morning system. Open your scoreboard. Choose the single highest leverage move. Do it before email. Build a daily system. One 90-minute deep work window with the phone in another room. Build a weekly system. A Friday review that ends with decisions. Build a monthly system. A stop-doing list that removes one meeting or habit that doesn't move the metric. Energy is a skill. Sleep, water, and a quick walk before deep work can double the quality of your decisions. Start your day with a result, not a scroll. When your morning opens with a small win tied to your lead measure, defending time becomes much easier. Team playbook. Define roles by results, not chores. Instead of owns content, try owns activation from article to trial. Instead of handles support, try owns first response time under 5 minutes. Keep the stand-up under 10 minutes. Each person makes one lead measure commitment and reports yesterday's result. Keep the scoreboard simple, visible, and human. Start a learning log that ties lessons to metrics and dates. Shorter emails doubled replies. Fewer fields increased demo requests. Real data, real memory. Snapshots from the field. A neighborhood restaurant struggled with weekend bookings. The owner posted pretty plate photos every day. When they picked one metric, bookings through the link, behavior changed. Every post drove to a reservation button. A same-day perk for bookings made within 2 hours nudged action. Weekend reservations climbed. Beauty without a call to action is theater. Beauty with a call to action is traction. A freelance designer lived in feast or famine mode. The lag result became 3 retained clients within 60 days. Leads included 2 outbound proposals per day, 1 public case study per week, and same-day follow-ups. A tiny scoreboard stared back every morning. In 6 weeks, retainers replaced random gigs. A nonprofit wanted more recurring donors. The lag result was 100 new monthly donors in 90 days. Leads were founder stories recorded weekly, personal thank you calls within 48 hours, and a simple recurring option at checkout. They annotated their donation chart with every experiment date. Cause and effect became obvious. The winning pattern repeated. Story first. Simple ask, fast gratitude. A university class wanted higher pass rates. Instead of more lectures, the professor picked pass rate as the lag and student practice minutes as the lead. Short retrieval quizzes, 5-minute sprint reviews, and a weekly office hour by video improved outcomes without adding busy work. A sales team worshipped activity metrics, calls made, emails sent, dials per hour. Nothing moved. They switched to qualified conversations per day where a real need was confirmed. Fewer calls. Better prep revenue up. The metric changed the behavior because it measured what mattered. A local gym wanted consistent attendance. The lag was member visits per week. Leads were a 2-minute welcome text on sign-up day, a coach check-in on day 3, and a buddy system for new members. Attendance stabilized. Cancellations fell. A software team targeted fewer bugs escaping to production. The lag was escaped defects. Leads were test coverage on critical paths, pairing on risky code, and a mandatory 5-minute pre-merge checklist. Bugs fell. Velocity improved because rework dropped. A boutique bakery struggled with morning lines. The lag was customer wait time. Leads were pre-order through an app, a dedicated pickup shelf, and a 2-step prep station. Wait time dropped from 15 minutes to 5. Reviews improved. Revenue followed. A solo creator wanted to grow email subscribers. The lag was weekly net subscribers. Leads were 1 deep article each week, 1 clear lead magnet per article, and a content upgrade at the top of the page instead of the bottom. Net subscribers climbed steadily and predictably. A hospital aimed to reduce emergency room wait times. The lag was time from arrival to seeing a doctor. Leads were a 5-minute initial triage, a streamlined basic vitals check, and an extra doctor on duty during peak hours. After 8 weeks, average wait times fell dramatically and patient satisfaction rose. A high school wanted better math comprehension. The lag was final exam performance. Leads were a 5-minute warm-up quiz, small group practice twice a week, and homework focusing on 1 concept per night. Scores rose and classroom anxiety decreased. The 21-day momentum program. Day 1. Write your lag result with a date. 1 sentence. Clear and measurable. Choose a number you can own in 21 days, even if it's small. Day 2. List 10 possible lead behaviors. Score each for control and impact. Pick the top 3. Put them where you will see them. Day 3. Run a friction audit. Delete 1 meeting, automate 1 report, delegate 1 task, Batch 1 chore. Day 4. Build your scoreboard, whiteboard, shared doc, or tiny dashboard. Update it every morning. Day 5. Design your first experiment you can ship in 48 hours. One hypothesis, one success metric. Day 6. Ship it, even if it's imperfect. Document what changed. Day 7. Review the data. Double down on what moved the number. Kill what didn't. Day 8. Add a second small experiment informed by last week's lessons. Day 9. Fix one obvious bottleneck that blocks progress. Day 10. Make a public commitment about this week's highest leverage behavior. Day 11. Defend a 90-minute deep work block. Phone in another room. Tabs closed. Door shut. Day 12. Update the scoreboard. Write one sentence in your learning log with the date and the lesson. Day 13. Run a third experiment or improve the current winning test. Day 14. Hold a calm review. Set next week's plan, keeping the same lag and the same 3 leads unless data says otherwise. Day 15. Get a real user's feedback. Ask 2 questions only. What almost made you quit and what almost made you stay? Day 16. Do a second friction audit. Remove one more low-impact habit. Add one automation or template that saves 10 minutes a day. Day 17. Improve your first 5 minutes. Start your day by moving the lead measure before messages and meetings. Day 18. Teach someone what you learned. Teaching makes knowledge sticky and exposes gaps you can fix. Day 19. Tune incentives. Reward the behavior that most reliably moves the lag. Day 20. Run a short pre-mortem for the next month. Write 3 likely failure modes and schedule counter moves. Day 21. Celebrate one real outcome. Tie the celebration to the behavior that caused it so your brain learns the right lesson. Extending the program for another week. Day 22. Revisit your one metric. Is it still the right lens? If yes, keep it. If not, revise the statement, not the standard. Day 23. Expand your experiment bank. Brainstorm 5 new tests and rank them by cost and expected impact. Day 24. Raise the quality bar on one lead behavior. For example, switch from generic follow-ups to personalized, story-driven follow-ups. Day 25. Strengthen your environment. Remove one distraction and add one visible cue that triggers your lead behavior. Day 26. Practice a mini-skill for 10 minutes that multiplies leverage, such as objection handling, concise copy, or a tighter demo script. Day 27. Run a small retention test for whatever you are building. A better welcome sequence, a clearer Day 3 nudge, or a buddy system. Day 28. Write a one-page recap. What moved? What did you learn? What will you change next week? Archive it. Patterns appear over time. Common traps and clean fixes. Too many priorities. Fix. Protect one metric and say no to the rest for now. Vanity metrics. Fix. Demand a causal link to your real result. Perfectionism. Fix. Treat every test as a draft that will get better. Decision drift. Fix. If, then rules with time-boxed thresholds. Hidden work. Fix. Put it on the scoreboard or stop doing it. No feedback. Fix. Talk to one real user every week. You can't improve in silence. Self-check questions. Is my goal a measurable result or a vague intention? Do I have 2 or 3 daily leads I actually control? Is my scoreboard visible and updated every morning? Do I end the week with decisions, not just reflections? What one experiment will I ship by Friday, even if it's small? What will I stop doing to make room for the work that matters? Measurement that doesn't lie. Prefer rates over totals so growth doesn't hide inefficiency. Prefer cohorts over snapshots so you see quality, not just volume. Prefer rolling 7 or 28-day windows so noise doesn't drive choices. Annotate your charts with experiment dates so cause and effect isn't guesswork. Focus and optionality. Focus means choosing one metric and a few behaviors that matter now. Optionality means keeping a short, ready-to-deploy backlog of experiments. When a threshold trips in your if-then rules, don't debate. Deploy the next best bet. You're not defending an opinion, you're running a process. Leadership and identity. Leadership starts with the story you tell yourself. See yourself as someone who causes outcomes. Your tools are attention, energy, and courage. Protect them like assets. The scoreboard isn't judgment, it's a compass. When the line moves because of what you did, confidence becomes earned, not imagined. Pulling it together. Start from the outcome. Choose a handful of high-leverage behaviors you control. Make progress visible every morning. Run small, fast tests. Reward learning that improves the metric. Build simple systems that run on good days and messy days. Give courage more room than busyness. That's how progress compounds. First slowly, then suddenly, then as your new normal. Thanks for listening to Audiobook Lounge. We publish a new summary every day. If this episode gave you one move you can use today, subscribe, tap like, and share it with one person who needs real results this week. See you tomorrow.